All right, so today I want to interview one of my students in my statistics course at Spring 2023. She's very bright student in my statistics class or evenings class. And this is gonna be posted on my YouTube channel. Is this okay with you?
Yes, that's okay with me.
Sounds good. All right. First of all, Maria, could you introducing yourself and also how long you haven't taken math?
So, hi, everybody. My name is Maarja. I'm originally from Estonia and moved to the States about 15 years ago. So that makes me a first generation here in the US from my family. So before taking this class, statistics with Professor He, last time I ever even did like math on a college level or like high school level was before 2004, and that's when I graduated. So that's like a long time ago, a little more than 16 years now. And then I was obviously very anxious and nervous, like how's it gonna be? And on top of it, I graduated back in Europe, in my own country, in Estonia, and that means that I had never ever even attempted to take any math courses or classes here in the United States and in English. So English is my second language, so that on top of that I had like a 16-year or more of a gap in between my last studies.
Thank you. And when you step into SMC, how does it feel like when you're taking a math course, and what would you expect a class look like, and how would you expect yourself to apply math or be a math student?
Okay, so classes in general, SMC have been wonderful, including this class. My nervousness subsided a little bit after a couple of weeks with Professor He, because I could see that if you had questions, you can always ask the professor and go to her office hours. And she was able to break things down for me, explain. And on top of that, I don't know if all the math courses have it, but at least in this class, we had an online program as well that allowed us access to a textbook, virtual textbook, and like practice tests. And the program also helped you out in solving word problems. And I utilized it quite a bit. And I think I would encourage everybody to do their homework that is required through the MyStat Lab, and also explore the whole website, because every word problem actually comes with little buttons, like you can press like help me solve this, and it just shows you the steps and how to do things, and that helped me quite a lot. And so I would just encourage all the students to come prepared, read the text before courses, because that helps the information process better even during the class when Professor He is lecturing. And then just do all the homework. Try to stay on top of things as much as you can, because if you fall behind, it's going to be harder to understand the new information with every chapter, because it's sort of kind of overlaps, and it builds on the previous knowledge. So that is why it's very important to make sure you don't fall behind. And I think that's what's to expect in any course, and specifically on harder college level math courses like statistics, because it's a very fast paced. We go through a lot of chapters and information, and yeah, just try to stay top of the material and ask questions.
Particularly, if you don't mind me share, I know that you're also working full-time, right? And for working generation of college student, how do you handle study math course? I know this course is 4 unit plus 2 unit with the support. How would you handle taking courses? How do you manage your time? Could you advise a student at college?
So I think the main idea is to actually first go to college counselor. I highly recommend it to make sure that you pick the courses, or you at least mentally and time management wise prepared for the amount of study that the courses need. So if you go to a counselor, they'll tell you what you need to take in order for your major. And then they'll tell you how much work it entails, how much you have to put in versus like per unit. And after considering all that, for me, because I knew I was working and I was going to just make the most of my days off from work, I picked the night course. So make sure you pick the course that works with your time schedule. So that's my number one recommendation to all working students, or just students who are busy in general. Consider that first and foremost. And I think that helped me quite a bit, because I was just already doing all the pre-work of managing my time. So, and then also just know that during this course, it's 17 weeks, seems quite a bit of time, but in the long run, it's not a big deal. And it requires a lot of focus. So that means don't try to schedule any other things in your life at that point, because it's very hectic. It's super fast paced. So that means there's not going to be room for big vacations or like being out of town. And I basically utilized every free moment I had after work, before work, during my lunch hour, often sacrificing some sleep hours. It is what it is. And if you're a working student, or even just a very full-time busy student, you do what you got to do to just get through it. And words of encouragement is that this is just a little blimp in your life. You just get it done, get it over with. Doesn't matter, you sleep a little less now, but you sleep a little more later on when you're finished.
Thank you for this advice. So especially in math, when people start taking math, they always say, I'm not good at math, and math is challenging. How would you advise students feeling this way?
I was one of those students who was hesitant, not only because English is my second language and this is a new country, well, not new now, but like technically a new country to take educational courses in, but also because I'm a through and through arts and humanities personality. I do well in, history, language classes, art classes, and all of that, music, all kinds of creative classes. But I was dreading math because previously in high school, for one reason or another, I just didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like I was, naturally intelligent in math, at least advanced math. And I was actually had a lot of anxiety that came around calculations and numbers in general. And so just tackling this course, like I said, time management is key. Staying on top of your material, doing all the homework that Professor He recommends, helps immensely. Utilize the program for your benefits. Google stuff, ask your peers, your classmates. They are wonderful. A lot of times they're freshly out of high school. They know what to expect. They'll help you out with just catching up in general. So peer teaching and learning is a great thing, like collaboration, group work. Professor He entails quite a bit in the class and encourages it. So that helps quite a bit, and also utilize the professor office hours and math lab. So just prepare to do all the work above and beyond, and just ask. Never be afraid of ask questions, because there's never such thing as stupid question. A lot of professors said that. Don't be afraid. And then once you do all of that, you can do it. I believe anyone can do this. If I could do it as a second language speaker, first generation here, not super intelligent in math, like, advanced college math. And I actually, after taking this course, it was intense, it was stressful at times. But after doing all that, what I said, I feel comfortable. I actually feel that I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. Yeah, so if you really put in the effort, you get everything in return, and you get a lot of help in the long run as well.
Thank you so much for this wonderful advice. Last but not least, what's a 3 takeaway from Professor He student, or giving advice to student in the future taking a statistic class?
So like 3 takeaways?
Yeah, your 3 takeaway, or what are what are something that they should be doing when they're taking this class or any professor's class, or for the future students? Yes.
Oh, okay, that will basically help them in general as study habits and all that. Read the material that you're given. Read the material, ask questions, and have a positive attitude. I think that's the main thing. Sometimes it's hard when we're stressed out, we feel overwhelmed, but having a positive attitude is just makes a big difference. That's why I enjoy Professor He class too, because she has a great sense of humor, and she was open to just joking here and there in between our lectures. And it helps to break the ice and everybody feel a little more relaxed and comfortable. And if you feel more positive, you're able to take in more knowledge. So that would be, I think, the third and very important one: positive attitude.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. That will be the conclude of the interview, and I will make sure use this and pass on to the student.